Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to give you a real quick look at where I'm at with a Pennywise vignette and get you kind of caught up with where I'm at. And so I've finished the facade of the house. It's not glued together yet, and I'll show you the roof pieces individually, but it is all painted. And so I wanted to show you this before I get into actually painting the house. And so I think it looks okay. The roof was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I think it turned out okay. And I think it's going to look really good once it's painted. So let me put this down and then start breaking out some individual pieces. First, so this piece here, all the roof was made with foam core board. You can see that, hot glued together, bent in certain spots for this particular piece here. And then everything here, the shingles, and I'll try to get as close as I can, are all made using the Proxon to cut thin strips of the pink XPS foam. And then the same technique as I showed you before, basically taking a toothpick or a pencil and drawing the lines, kind of the texture into the shingles, and then cutting them with a pair of scissors. This took a very long time, a lot longer than I anticipated. I've got a lot of hours into this roof, into these roof pieces and into the whole building. I did not think it was going to take me this long. Now, here are some of the other pieces that are, again, made out of foam core. I picked this foam core up at, I believe, Michael's or Joann's. This is it's just black in color, so the bottom is not painted. Everything else was painted. These are the little wooden sticks on top to kind of help to texture it and kind of put some finishing touches on it. And then the little spires are toothpicks, and those are hot glued in place. And then once everything's painted and it's all pieced together, it'll look a lot better. And then these just essentially slide into place, and then they will be hot glued. I've got a little crack there. I don't think you'll ever see it, but I am going to put something across the back to fill that up so you won't see it. And then we're ready to paint. This is already hot glued on, and so same technique as before that I've showed you. So, and then going to the back of the house, there's really nothing back there is the way it sits. And again, from the underneath part of the house gives me room to put electrical cords. I may have to cut some small holes or half circles, semicircles here for the cords to run out, or I may run them through the base. I haven't made up my mind. And you can see the wood texturing there and on the front. And so I think when it's painted, which I'm going to start here probably this evening or tomorrow. I've got a couple of free days that I can devote to working on some of this stuff, and then I'm back to work for a few days and be out of pocket. So I need to try to get some of this stuff knocked out. And so I wanted you to see it in just all black and ready to be painted, and then kind of show you what it looks like when we meet again, with the difference that the paint is going to make on the house. So once that is done, the next step for this next phase of the tutorial is going to be to trace everything out on a 1-inch piece of XPS foam, and then cut around that as a base to the bottom of this, with the front porch coming out as well. And then I'll take the Hot Wire Foam Factory engraving tool and carve some stonework into that. And that's what the house itself will sit on. And then once we're done with that, and that's all painted up, then we can move on to the easy part. And that is the building of the street, the sidewalk, the yard, the big tree. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. If I'm going to do some sort of you're wrapping some wire together and then covering it with aluminum foil, or covering it with and then plaster, or covering it with air dry clay, or just finding a tree that I think may, look the part, and that's probably the easiest, and putting it in the yard, and then building the fence and putting all the fine details into making this piece kind of what I've envisioned in my mind all along. So a lot of work has gone into this house, and I'm a little bit impressed with it, honestly, because it started out from nothing. It was foam board just like that, and then again, no measurements, and I'm not proud of that. You can see a lot of errors in the build, but no measurements, no, just kind of looking at a picture and trying to build it. So pretty happy with the way it's turning out so far. Obviously, there's many things that I could do better. For example, this top of this is basically a piece of foam that was cut in sort of a triangle on the Proxon and then sanded down with some sandpaper in my hand to kind of get it to look like this. It doesn't look great, but it's a haunted house. I guess it's not really supposed to, but this does give me incentive if I want to keep doing stuff like this, that maybe a 3D printer or something like that maybe is what I need to be able to do those and do them well. So, but you make do with what you got, and so that's where we're at. So again, I wanted to give you a real quick look on that. And then the next time we look at this particular piece, we'll start looking at the paint and what a difference, hopefully, that the paint is going to make on this house. Also, coming in the next few days to a week, I was able to complete my collection finally on the Department 56 Spooky Halloween. It's a 4-piece gift set, 4 different gift sets that was released. Very hard to find. They're a little bit smaller in the buildings, but they represent Sleepy Hollow. And I told you earlier in the 2022 preview video that I was going to do a vignette on Sleepy Hollow. I was able to get the last piece, and so what I want to do is I want to kind of review those pieces. The next 4 reviews will be each one of those homes. I'm trying to do the reviews on what I'm going to build this year, like the Screech Owl Farmhouse and the Screech Owl Farm. Again, going to be in a sort of a scary, old rundown farm vignette. And so that's kind of the plan for doing some of the reviews that are going to be coming up. So you got that to look forward to, as do I. So with that, if you like the video that you saw today, please click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Also, if you have comments or questions or want to see something in particular or more detail on anything that I've done so far, throw those questions or asks in the comments. I look at them every day and try to get back to them in a reasonable amount of time and answer your questions or converse with you that way. So if you have those, please don't be afraid to ask. So with that, until next time, take care of each other, and we'll see you soon.